Hey everybody. So this is Gaurav here. A lot of people have been asking why I haven't been updating my blog. I'm just there's so many things happening right now that I haven't really gotten the time to write something down and then put my thoughts really well into that. And that's been taking and then there are things with preparation for the Golden Globe that has been taking my time away, and at the same time there are things like my injury, which and then there are things that changing at work, which have taken away most of my attention, and then my parents are here in Canada, so my primary lookout these days is to show them as much as Canada I can show them with winter coming up. Last weekend was, yesterday was Father's Day. So those things happened, and things have been going that things have been just all over the place. But yeah, just to give an update, I've decided I'll do a vlog because it's a lot easier. 15 minutes, I'll talk, you listen, you can post questions for the next time. This is the first time, so I have a few questions which people have been asking on my Facebook page, so I'm going to just answer them, and then we'll take it from there. So the first question, it's my injury. So my injury, today I actually had an appointment with my physician, orthopedic physician, and he said he's not sure. So I'm going to go in for an MRI within the next 2 weeks to figure out what's really happening there. Um, First, they thought it was something more severe, but then the swelling went down, but it hasn't gone down all the way. It's been more than 2 weeks, and the swelling is still there. I have to limp. I need crutches once in a while, and it's painful. And they haven't been able to realize what has actually happened. What they suspect is a kneecap dislocation or a kneecap compression, patella basically. Uh, so they aren't sure. So the MRI is happening, and we'll know soon what's happening. I'm going for physio once a week. Tomorrow morning is my next session, and I've been feeling much nice. And people at Fowler Kennedy have been taking good care of me. And the second thing has been being at home with family. My parents are here. It was Father's Day. We went to watch Cirque du Soleil. It was a lovely performance. My father loved it. And then we just spent some time in IKEA buying things, and we've been buying and building. We got a new coffee table, and a few other things in the house, and that's been happening. So let's come to the real stuff. That's the Golden Globe race. So with the Golden Globe race, things have been slow since I came back in April when we went for the prize distribution. It was a fun time. I learned a lot. I met a lot of people which gave me a lot of things to look back at. A lot of notes I just went through Robin's board and made notes. I went through Pat's board, the saga, and just made notes, mental notes, pictures. Came back to my room, made written notes to see what should be done. Then went into one on all. Uh, Uku was really nice, and he pulled me into the boat when I was just not sure if I should go onto the boat, and that was really lovely of him. So went in, saw everything, met everyone, like really lovely people, and I'm so glad I'm part of the Golden Globe family. Don and Jane are so energetic, wonderful people, and I just feel like it's a great event. Um, yeah, I've been reading a lot of articles about the Golden Globe race, and I feel I need to share this. A lot of bad press has been there about Dawn and the Golden Globe race and the way it has been. But then it was the first time Golden Globe race happened after the last time. Last time there was no organizers. This one there was an actual organizer, and there was a lot more thought put into it, and things will be missed in the first time, and that's what happened. There are some things you learn, and Don's learning, and they're changing in the next Golden Globe race for us. um, and then why do you want to do it? You want to do it because it is the toughest out there. The one day is tough. It's not attainable for me right now with the sponsorship scenario, but the Golden Globe is, and it's tough, and it's inherently the nature is of the race is such that I feel I want to do it. I am that kind of a person who wants to do it, and I want to do it right now. I don't want to do it when I'm 90 years old, and that's that. That's the attraction to it. I've been wanting to sail. I've been wanting to keep sailing long distances for a long time. Life got in the way, and now I'm in a position in life where I can spare it, and unlike many other competitors who are in their 40s, late 40s, early 50s, 60s, 70s, some of them, uh, I can always go back and start my career again. And that's what appeals to me. I would rather do everything that the Golden Globe needs today with the advantage of youth. So that's my thoughts on the Golden Globe race, and they will evolve. I did think about doing a solo circumnavigation by myself versus doing it with the Golden Globe race. But what the Golden Globe does is like it gives you an aim, it gives you a date, a deadline for when you want to do the race. If I thought about doing it myself, life will get in my way and I will stop doing things when they are convenient to me. If tomorrow I have a financial issue, I will stop and I will put my plans on hold. But since the Golden Globe race has deadlines, I think it's much more easier. And then being part of a group of people who's doing it, it's more media, more exposure, more things to learn from, more mistakes I can resolve by just looking at others, which I won't be if I'm doing a circumnavigation by myself. I would be just, it'll be me and five people around me who will be telling me what to do. So that's that. So with the preparations, a lot of thought has been going on with the boat. I've been meeting a lot of people, talking to a lot of people, sending emails to designers, various designers, a lot of people who understand boats, to see which boat is one that I should look at. But in the meantime, what I've been doing is I update my website is updated. Just go and visit gauravshinde.com and you'll see the new website. I'm still, yeah, the blog section is not, and that's why I'm doing the vlog today. But that is updated. I'm waiting on some numbers that Don is supposed to provide us very soon, and then I will have my sponsorship brochure and sponsorship plans ready. They'll be up on the website as soon as I have all the numbers and I have all the data that I need on it. So that will be ready, and then there'll be a donation page for people who want to become individual contributors to the race. There are many plans around sponsorship which I can't talk about right now. You'll probably have a much better idea when all this I release everything very soon. So that's the plan with that. With media part, I am supposed I spoke at Pechakucha Nights, which is a 20 slides per 20 seconds, and I spoke about the Golden Globe race 2018. I didn't speak about myself or 2022 as yet. I'm sure I can do it in the next 1 year. I just wanted to give people of London here an idea of 2018 race. So that's what I did. And in August, I'm going to speak at an event called Mo Mondays, which is on Mondays in London. I went to the Mo Mondays last week for June, and it was fantastic. People were speaking about such great experiences. One person spoke about the suicide of his last wife and how he became an alcoholic and he came out of it. There was one person who spoke about, one woman who spoke about losing her husband, losing her mother, and just taking care of her family after that and getting strength from her son. So these are great stories, and I think I wanted to speak about my story about how my family has provided for me to do such things today, and especially my father and my mother, who didn't really come back from good backgrounds. They were uh, not so well to do. As I keep saying, their salaries were something I spent today. Their monthly salary was I spent today on buying a sofa for myself. So it's such it is the odds they have faced in bringing me here. It's insane, and I look forward to talking about it. So that's Mo Mondays. There are a few newspaper articles that I have been giving interviews for, and they will come out soon. I cannot tell you which all, and I've been asking them to time it all together so that it's a media blitz. But let's see how they respond and how they really go about it. So the next is the big question that people have been asking me: what about the boat? I've been confused about the boat. I started with the Westsail 32. It was the cheapest boat available on the market. It was the easiest boat to find. It was the easiest boat to rig and get ready for the race. And it's one of the if you talk about the ratios, it's one of the most comfortable boats at sea. It's a double ender. It's like the Suhaili. I also thought about taking it, making it into a Suhaili replica by changing it into a catch rig. Uh, but somewhat I have been I am a competitor, so I want to compete, and yeah, nothing against the West Sail, but yeah, like you saw, Abhilash was third when he capsized. So I don't think it's necessary a slow boat. Sailed well, it can do really well, and I've been on the West Sail forum, and there are regularly posts of people who can plane the boat, and planing a vessel is insane. I think that's a skill I would love to have. But at the same time, I've been looking at other boats like two Bob Perry designs. There's Tashiba 36 and Baba 35. The Tashiba, I spoke to Fabrizio, who was supposed to see in the 18 race, and got a lot of insight from him about why he decided on the Tashiba. Um, with Babas, I sent an email to Bob Perry, ran like various designs, like the Union 36. So it's a few more inches than the 36, so it's probably out of the picture. And Don said no for it. Uh, the sorry, uh, and the Tashiba 36. No, yes, the Tashiba 36. There are a few boats available around me for private sale, and I looked at them. They are on the pricier range, but they are very promising boats. They're really nice. Bob Perry designs, tested. People have very good things to say about them. And then there is the Baba as well. It's pretty similar. And then there is one option which was the Cape George 36, which no one was looking at. The problem is they all have wooden decks, and changing the deck would have to be done at a production facility, and there's only one that's in Seattle. I'm going to go visit them next month and see what can be done. If they have a boat which is at a discount, and we could manage to get the deck in at affordable price. So that's one of the options I'm looking at. There's a Baba I'm looking at in in that area in Washington on the West Coast, and I'm going to check that out. I think those are my two shortlisted boats right now, and then there's another design which I'm not overwhelmingly sure about, but I'm going to go check it out. And I don't want to talk about it right now because I'm not sure if that is the right boat. I also looked at Bayfield. I wanted to get a Bayfield because Bayfield was built an hour away from where I am right now. So it would have been really great to have a Canadian boat, a Canadian entrant in the race, and I'll probably be a Canadian citizen by the time the race starts. It would have been a great story, but the clipper bow of the Bayfield makes it a bit longer than 36, and that's outside the rules. So that was out of the picture because I tracked down the designer. He lives an hour away from me on Grand Bend Beach. So it would have been a great story. I would have had great support over here with Hayden Gozard being right here, but it wasn't to be. So that's that. So yeah, so the boats I'm looking at are Baba, Tashiba, the Westsail 32, the Cape George Cutter, and what else was I looking at? I can't even remember. But there's another boat I'm looking at, and that could be one of the boats that I pick up. So that's that. There's another option of building the Cape George cutter, but the costs are just too prohibitive for me right now. But let's see if I get a big sponsor, probably maybe I can just do it. Um, I'm gonna put most of my own money. My house probably is for sale. So yeah, I'm going to downgrade my car. So things are going on to fund the boat. I have a few friends around who are going to help me work on the boat. Winter, I'm going to try to find a farm over here where I can put up the boat and then just work on it in a barn. Uh, so that's the plan. Self fund if no sponsors come through, hopefully sponsors come through, and then I can do a campaign which is at a professional level. So that's that. As I said, I'm going to Seattle at the end of this month, at the beginning of next month, to see what to do. At the same time, I'm going to go out with my parents, probably go to Banff with them to show them, because my dad just today said he's bored of Canada and he wants to go home because he's bored of just sitting at home and not doing anything. So I need to show him Niagara Falls, show him Banff, show him Montreal, and probably Halifax, and then send him on his way back to India so that he can enjoy the monsoon right there. So yeah, that's for me. 16 minutes. I speak a lot. But tell me how you feel. If the camera angle is not right, it's probably not right today, but I'll try to work it out, and we'll figure everything out. This is just my first time. I'll try to use my editing skills to make it look better, but I assume I was looking down at the screen more than I was looking at the camera. I'm going to turn it around and see if that works next time. Um, so that's the blog. If you have any comments, please post them on Facebook, post them on YouTube, message me. If there's anything you want to help or contribute or get involved in the campaign, happy to have more people on board. Just send me a message and we'll figure out something. I will give you credits every time I have it's possible for me. I Nothing can be done without friends, without supporters, without people who really stand by you. And I look forward to all of y'all being a part of this, be feeling like this is your campaign, and that's what I want from y'all. Also, yeah, feedback of any kind, questions for the next vlog. I'll probably start doing this weekly till the boat comes in. When I go to Seattle, I'll do a vlog at in Port Townsend, and also with the boats that I see, so that you can see what I'm looking at, how I'm thinking about boats. I read a lot of books on how to survey a boat. So I'm going to do a pre-survey before the surveyor comes in. So that's going to be there. So that will be great fun. But questions, comments, send them my way. What questions you want answered in the next time, I just send it to me, and we'll do something about it. I'll answer all the questions. I'll find a different way to do it, and we'll take it from there. This is the first vlog. There'll be more coming. Let's do it the right way. Let's get this campaign rolling. Let's win this race. So goodbye from me. Have a good night, everyone, and look forward to hearing from you, and see you soon. Bye bye.